Welcome to the show where the real ones ride. From the Browns to the block, we bring that pride. No cap, no spin, just talk that hits. From downtown lights to the Lake Erie grit. Yeah. Steam rises high off the Cuyahoga flame. In the city of work, we don't play no games. Yeah. Skyline whispers stories of hustle and grind. Cleveland's heartbeat never falls behind. It's 216, where the voices collide. Holding it down like a tide won't subside. No fluff, just fire. This truth takes flight. Let's get to the facts, yeah, starting tonight.
What up? Welcome to Let's Get to the Facts podcast. I am your host, Doss. I am here with my man, Coach Shot, like we do every Monday, Eastern Standard Time from 7 to 8 p.m. What's up, Coach?
Not much, Coach, man. Good seeing you, man. How you been?
Yes, sir. I'm good, man. Just, we gotta quit ducking out on these people like this, man. We be getting hit up, but man, we got life, man. We got family things that be going on and stuff. We just got life and stuff, so But we back, man, and we got a ton of topics to talk about because the sports world has been going crazy. But there's one thing that has been going crazy, and we're gonna touch on it because this is a topic we've talked about for a minute. But before we get to that, let me get to our sponsors. Let's Get to the Facts is sponsored by No More Struggling Entertainment, the original Bonus, and the original and OPM clothing line. All right, so with that being said, Coach, I saw something today I thought was real interesting, so I had to deep dive into it as well. And for the past couple of weeks, so about the past 2 to 3 weeks, we've been talking about this Cleveland media and how toxic it has been in the city. Did you see what was posted? That the Cleveland Browns are now looking for independent. I told y'all we are the voice for the Cleveland Browns. We're gonna be the voice. I keep telling y'all, but the Cleveland Browns are now looking for independent journalists because what's taking place with the media, the national media, they're causing divide within the organization, and they're not happy with it. So it has been said that they are banning some of these people because they're causing turmoil for a new regime that's trying to get started, and it's not a good thing.
I totally agree. Some of the stuff that I've heard them say has been just downright egregious to me. I don't understand.
I don't either.
He's supposed to be rooting for this team. We all from the city. He's supposed to be rooting for this team, but yet y'all just on this divide. And I don't even want to say conquer, but it's like just playing the divide game.
Yeah.
I forgot who it was. One of them guys off of 92.3 The Fan basically said that, Monken he ain't gonna see us. He ain't gonna be here when we get to the new stadium.
Yeah, I heard that same.
He might not be here next year. Yeah. You ain't even give this man a chance. You talking about he's 60, yada yada yada, and what his age got to do with anything?
But as long as he put the right people in place, that's all that matters. But the thing that got me was how many people keep relying on Mary Kay Cabot. Now, people don't seem to understand is that she was a Stefanski person. Yep. So she ride and died with that man for the longest. Even when they weren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, she still found positives to say about him, even when she knew it was terrible. So then people started asking. I saw 92.3 asked her, what would you do with the 6th round pick? She said, I would take Ty Simpson. I would take Ty Simpson. And I'm like, I did a TikTok video and I never posted it because I was saying, be careful of who you get your sports information from because people got agendas. And when they sat back and she said that shit, I was like, what is your real beef with the Sanders family? Like that's what I need to know. Like, what is your real beef with the Sanders family? Because you do not like this kid for whatever reason. I don't know if he denied you an interview or whatever the situation is. Something happened where you just don't like this kid.
I think with him coming in, I think him reading and hearing what she's been saying about him leading up to his rookie year when he got, after the Browns drafted him, her sitting up there just totally glazing Dylan Gabriel. I sent you, I don't know if you saw, but I sent you like all the stuff that they were saying and all this other stuff, and then it just turned out to be a lie. So in my eyes, I think it may have been in his mind like, you never have nothing good to say about me, so I'm not gonna even give you the time of day. Like he'll answer her questions. Exactly. He'll answer her questions in the press briefings, but you will never see him sit down and talk with her.
Right.
I used to be, crazy thing is, Coach, I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to be a fan of Mary Kay and her writing. But the more and more like I got older and she got older, I realized like she be writing to me now from a biased perspective.
I think she big time biased perspective.
And I think also, Coach, she kind of since she's been around, Cleveland media a long time, I think she's been getting fed some of the stuff from some of her information be coming from people within in that building.
Yeah,
I think they talking when they're not supposed to be talking.
I agree.
I also think that the Browns media group might give her talking points. It might be like a Fox News type thing with these, with the Republicans, like. Because, like, I go back to Dylan Gabriel and I watched all that stuff that she said about dude. None of that shit panned out.
At all. But it didn't pan out for none of them. Like, everybody who was on the Gabriel train, it didn't pan out for any of them.
But I go back to when she was saying it, and I remember it vividly, Coach. She said it, and a week later, they were showing him, I guess, I don't know if it was 2 days or whatever, throwing the ball, and it was hitting the dirt, and they were talking about how horrible he was, but yet she was still just riding for him. I'm like, are we not seeing the same thing here?
Right.
But you know what? Go ahead, Mary Kay. Hey, I guess she got to get paid, so I guess she's gonna do what she needs to do to get paid. But to me, that's taken away from your morals and your integrity because that's not what you're seeing. You at the practices, you ain't seeing all that.
But I think it's interesting, and I want to shout out Charles Williams because he just gave us a ton of love and likes and stuff on TikTok.
Appreciate you, brother.
Man, what transpired recently was she did a TikTok that popped out, and I don't know if it was an interview with 92.3, and I think it was, but she was saying like this is the turmoil type stuff. Deshaun Watson is down in Florida throwing the ball, and Jerry Jeudy and Isaiah Bond and all of them are out there with him throwing the ball, and Shador's here in Cleveland. Why are you trying to cause this divide? Like, once again, you out there causing a divide.
And this is the thing is that you could literally Google it. Before Deshaun was throwing balls to Jerry Jeudy, Isaiah Bond, and James, what was his name? Jamari Thrash.
Yep.
Shador was doing it a couple weeks earlier.
Exactly.
But you don't report on that. Like, stop with the BS. Like, you never want to say nothing. You'll say, oh, well, Shador's. No, you didn't say nothing about him doing the exact same thing a couple weeks ago. At all.
Did not give him any of the props. Peter Mack says that Mary Kay is a way better source than Tony Grossi. They're both shit to me. I'm just being truthful, man. Like, Tony Grossi has already shown his true colors, and he had to get confronted by Shador. And Mary Kay showed her true colors. Dude, she's literally saying pick Ty Simpson with the 6th pick. And this is what her response was. If he doesn't pan out, then we'll figure it out next year. No. That is a terrible reporting stance. You should never stand from that's a terrible stance as a reporter.
My whole thing is this. Ty Simpson had 1 year, and it wasn't one good year. He just had 1 year.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on him. I'm not sold on any of these quarterbacks in the draft. I'm not. We have a more glaring need at receiver and left tackle than a damn quarterback.
Yes.
So why are we gonna waste the number 6 pick on a friggin' quarterback?
Exactly.
When you could go get another quarterback, you could go get Drew Ellis since he's from Cleveland, Medina, whatever.
Right.
You could go get him later on.
Yeah.
So why are you wasting a top 10 pick on a quarterback excuse me, Ty, nothing against you. I don't think you're for Cleveland. I don't think you the quarterback for us.
Right.
So at the end of the day, why waste the pick and then gonna try to roll it over to next year? Nah, man.
No, that we shouldn't even go into this season talking next year anything. We should be worried about this season. And it was just so interesting to me because the thought when me personally, and I haven't even seen none of the draft stats yet. I'll look at that stuff when we get closer. But me personally, Ty Simpson is a second, maybe third round quarterback.
You showing him love. I don't see that. Go ahead.
I will give him second or third just because of what he did play in a pro style offense at Alabama. I will give him that, and he was successful.
Coach? What do you call successful? My success is you at the end of the season, you got that trophy.
But see, that's not. I don't go with that. I'm looking at your stats. I'm looking at how you performed, and how did you spread the ball to other players? How did you command stuff?
College stats. Go ahead, Coach. I'm about to look at the stats because I want to see what it is. Because I ain't really watched Alabama all like that, but I did, and what I seen, I wasn't impressed.
No, there were some games, man. I saw he actually put the team on his back and shit. And he made some stuff happen. But I personally don't see him as a first round pick. Now, I heard on the pivot today, they were talking about how Dan Orlovsky said that
he done lost so much credibility with me.
He's saying that Ty Simpson is the best quarterback in the draft.
No. Dan Orlovsky, I don't know what the problem is with dude is. They might want to take him in to give him a drug test or something because something is wrong. He said that stupid stuff about Ty Simpson better than Mendoza. Then he turned around today and got on Lamar Jackson talking about he didn't attend the workouts when Lamar Jackson did attend.
Right.
And then he had to delete. So I don't know what's going on with you, brother.
He on that same stuff as Jason Lloyd.
Y'all gotta get y'all stuff together because your skirt is showing, bro. Your slip is showing, brother.
Yeah. Peter Mack says Ty Simpson is Mitch Trubisky 2.0.
Peter Mack, thank you.
I don't know about that, P Mac. I'll give him a little bit better than that. I honestly think he's better than Fernando Mendoza. Truthfully. And the reason why I say this is because Fernando Mendoza had the oldest team in college. And they ran if you really pay attention, it was an RPO offense.
Yeah, it's an RPO offense.
So
definitely.
that RPO don't really translate into the NFL. So that's why I would go with Ty Simpson over Fernando because that pro style offense gives him the edge over him in that situation.
So real quick, these is Ty Simpson stats, right? And this is from 2022 to 2025.
Okay.
He had 3,940 yards passing, 28 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, with a QBR of 143.0.
That was this season.
That's 3 seasons.
Okay.
3 seasons worth.
Okay.
So just let that sink in. 3 seasons.
Okay. But he wasn't the starter though. He wasn't the starter the other 2 seasons.
But he wasn't. But he played games.
Yeah, but he was behind Milrose for the most part. Yeah,
he was.
So,
and that was for a reason.
Yeah.
Listen, I looked at some of Ty Simpson's tape because especially after Orlovsky or Dan or whatever his name, Orlovsky said whatever he said.
Right.
And I'm seeing this man running. I'm like, dude, that shit ain't gonna work in the NFL. It ain't gonna work for you, Ty. It ain't gonna work, brother. But you know what? You want to go ahead, but I don't know if this is on the thing, but I want to touch on Mendoza Are we talking about him today, Coach?
Who, Mendoza?
Yeah.
I think just because he's in the RPO style offense, I don't think that makes him a better fit, like as a number one pick. I think that the RPO does not translate to the NFL.
Now, remember, Coach, when we were talking about, Shador not doing his pro day, and the league had a problem with it. Then Mendoza not doing his pro day, and they was happy about it, right?
Right.
So Mendoza had his pro day. And this is all I heard, Coach. Patting the ball.
The pat ball thing, yeah.
But ain't nobody make a big deal about it. Nobody, as much as the deal that y'all made about Shador talking about, oh, that's going to be picked off and yada, 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 and all this other nonsense.
Yeah.
Nobody said that about Homeboy.
Now, I will say they did have that argument on 92.5. I mean, 92.3.
About time.
92.3.
About
They did.
time.
92.3. They did have that argument. And I was just like,
No, you know what, Coach? I ain't gonna lie, I did see some of it, but the person who was arguing against Shador, you're an idiot. I forgot his name. I don't know if it was Lima.
Anthony Lima.
You're an idiot, bro. Dude is an idiot, bro.
I'm sure he's one of the ones that they're banning. I'm pretty sure he's one of the ones.
It was an interaction between Earl the Pearl and another host. And he tried to get Earl off the subject. Earl was like, that's not what we talking about. You're not about to make a comparison to another quarterback. We talking about Shador. And that's what I see. Whenever they don't have an answer, they try to make another comparison. Yeah, try to switch it and go to some. No, answer that man's question. Stay on topic. Right. And I'm glad Earl made that man stay on topic. And I looked at that interview that was on Twitter, and he had egg on his face. He looked stupid.
Yeah.
That
happens.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Coach,
we got restricted for some audiences. I don't know what the hell we did this time. I don't know.
What?
We restricted for 10 minutes. We didn't even say or do anything, so I don't know what the hell we restricted for.
Hey, I think Anthony Lima's watching the show and he's
oh shit. I think you're right, man, because every time we mention his name, we get restricted.
It happened last time.
Hey, we gonna come up with a code name. We're gonna come up with a code name next time. So I think you're right on that one.
We just gonna call him the Bean.
No, we got to put it out there so we don't know. But somebody asked me. They said, how much of their life savings should they put on UConn? I wouldn't put my money on UConn. UConn a tough team, but that Michigan squad, and I hate to say it. Being from Ohio, that Michigan squad is nasty.
And I'm glad y'all watching because
nasty.
I stopped watching college basketball a long time ago, Coach.
Hey, this was a good season, Coach. Like for real. Like this is girls and boys, or men and women. It was good.
I can't watch it because it's too much movement. The last college basketball team that I watched was paid attention to. I could name both of them. Ohio State when they had Greg Oden and Mark Conley.
Yeah.
And my Tar Heels, my Tar Babies, when they had Rashawn May, Jared McCants, and all of them. That's it. Like after that, it got weird to me. People was changing teams and one and dones, and I'm like, I can't fall in love with this team because next the season's over. They didn't blow up like Ohio State team. Right. As soon as they lost their game, you had players enter the transfer portal. I'm like, Lord Jesus, like, where's the loyalty?
Somebody else asked, what's up with Virginia hiring a woman as a head football coach in high school? I mean, it was bound to happen. There's women coaches in the NFL. So I mean, I don't see why you would be surprised by that. If she know her shit, she know her shit.
I don't think having man genitalia makes you a better coach. You can call a play, you can call a fucking play. I'm not about to discriminate on that.
Exactly. So and there's plenty, there's professional women's football players who know football and they know how to coach it. And if she puts the right people around her, they'll be good. So I mean,
and that's all it takes sometimes is having the right people around you. I don't have no problems with that.
Exactly. Just put the right people around her, and then she'll be successful.
Because
it'll drive a lot of men crazy if she becomes successful. But I don't have a problem with it. Shit. When I started coaching in high school, I had the first girl in Ohio which is they should make a movie about this shit, truthfully, or I should make one. I had the first girl in Ohio that made it to the high school boys all-star game.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
good coach. I didn't coach girls. We had them when we was at Shaker, and then you got to think about it. What's the difference between a woman coaching a man sport and a man coaching a woman's sport? What's the difference?
There's no difference.
There's none. So let's I'm gonna leave that out of there. Like, and at the end of the day, y'all got I gotta say this for my women. Y'all gotta understand this, coach. At the end of the day, man, they go through a lot, and I'm not here to tear down none of them. I love them to death. They are the givers of life. Leave them women alone. Leave that bigot stuff at the door. I am not on that. Like, if you a good coach, male, female, you could be transgender for all I care. As long as you call the play and run a good team, I don't care.
Right. That's gonna drive people crazy. You saying that though?
Just being honest, like we got
the facts. I got it.
We gotta stop putting fuel behind stuff that don't deserve it.
So let's go ahead and move on, man, because we got a lot of topics to talk about.
Yes, sir.
What did you think of this Kirk Cousins $172 million man? $172 million man.
Boy, a fool is born every day.
They said that this is going to change the NFL rules.
That man don't deserve that. I'm sorry. Kirk Cousins done robbed every daggone team that he done played for. He done came up every level. I remember I seen somebody show his contracts from when he got in the league. That man has made a come up every year, and I don't want nobody to say nothing about no Deshaun Watson, none of that. I don't want to hear nothing.
That's $172 million as a backup.
As a backup. I don't want to hear nothing, coach. Don't want to hear nothing.
$2 million as a backup.
Listen, we got $42 million sitting on the bench, and so does the Raiders. I don't want to hear nothing.
Exactly. I saw that. I was like, man, that's crazy. Like, that's super crazy.
I'm gonna say this though, Kirk Cousins wins the pimping of the lifetime award. He pimped the shit out of the system.
Yeah,
he
man.
Pimped every team that signed him. He pimped y'all.
Yeah, and he found a way to do it and get that money. I remember when he first started negotiating his own contracts, and he did it with Minnesota, and he did that $84 million all guaranteed. I was like, this dude's smart. And then he did Atlanta with a guaranteed deal, and the number was higher. It was like 100-something million.
And they still paying him.
And now you just got 172 mil with the Raiders and the Falcons. That's crazy.
And you were back up in both situations.
Back up in both situations, like I'm the $100 million backup.
That's expensive, coach. That's an expensive backup to have, man. That's expensive backup plan, boy.
That is insane. Super insane.
Super. Hey, shout out to you, Kirko. You did your thing. You pimped them.
What is it saying? You like that?
Yeah.
You like that? We turned around. You like that?
He got
money like crazy.
Hey, he need to change it to pimping ain't easy.
He is his own agent. He don't even use an agent. He stopped using an agent with Minnesota. He's his own agent.
Yeah,
he stopped using the agent back with Minnesota.
Hey, Captain Kirk, boy, saving him.
Yeah, but
Kirk
said he know how to get that money. That's for sure. Because if something does go wrong, he will step in and he will sling that rock.
Yeah, he will. But I don't know who he throwing it to. He might be handing it off to Genty more than.
Hey, they got Genty and Bowers. They need to get weapons also.
Yeah, they're gonna be in the wide receiver market.
So yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. And since we're talking about the market, let's go ahead and get into it. Browns draft heating up. A lot of people keep talking about Carnell Tate is going to be the guy,
and should.
And then there's others who are saying that the Miami Hurricanes tackle should be the guy.
Nah.
Nah.
Listen, I'm sold right now, coach. This is how the Browns should draft. Tate, Proctor, and then you come back in the second round with either another receiver, maybe a corner or lineman.
You're killing me with this, coach. I am not spending my first round on two receivers.
That ain't first round. That's second round.
You said Tate and Proctor.
Yeah.
In the one.
Yeah, first round.
Hell no, no, coach. We're not.
Why not?
No, that is a terrible draft.
No. Proctor is the offensive lineman from Miami.
I'm
from Alabama.
thinking in the receiver from Arizona State.
No. Hell no, I ain't doing that to myself now. I'm talking about you got to get alignment. Like I don't feel like you have to get alignment with the first 2 picks, but I would like to get alignment and not preferably at 6.
Right.
I just don't want him at 6. Like, I feel like we need that receiving help. I really do.
I'll take Tate at 6. I'm convinced with Tate. My son isn't convinced with Tate. A lot of people are saying he just doesn't have the numbers, huh?
Well, he wants Tyson.
He wants I think he said he wanted a lineman. I think he wanted a lineman, but he doesn't think that he doesn't think that Tate is worth the first round draft pick.
All I'm gonna say is this, man. Put on his tape. Put on his tape his whole time at Ohio State.
Right.
If you worried about that 40 time, put on his tape. That's all I gotta say. He's outrunning receivers. He's outrunning a deep high safety. Just put on the tape.
Yeah.
Like,
Cuzzo, you already missed it. We already talked about what Ty Simpson won, and that media that's pushing that actually are going to be starting to get banned by the Cleveland Browns. That's what our opening topic was. The Cleveland Browns is no longer entertaining basically the national media in Ohio, like all of the media that's going on, because they feel that they're causing division within the organization, and they're going to start looking out to people like us to get the information out.
To jump back on that, Coach, they need to do that for all the sports, man. Because I'll be watching the national media hate on the Cavs. I'll be watching them hate on the Guardians. Like nobody, like the Guardians supposed to not have won a game by this so far, and look at them now.
Right. So it's just one of those things, man. People out here just trying to get their own agendas pushed, and they out here causing all of these headaches and stuff. But I just filled you in. But Coach, I like the kid from Georgia. Isn't that the kid, the lineman that kind of snuck up on the scene?
Freeling or whatever.
Yeah, Freeling. I like the way I like what he presents. So I'm kind of on Team Freeling,
Yeah.
Proctor's the Alabama kid, right?
Yeah, Alabama tackle.
Yeah.
I can't be for Freeling because I put it this way, if he's available at 24, oh hell yeah, go get him. But that number 6 pick, I just feel like we need a receiver. We don't. Andrew Berry does not do a good job either in the free agency market he does a semi-good job in the free agency market with receivers, but he sucks in the draft. And to me, this is your home run hitter. Go ahead and get him. Like, do the right thing. Don't go Anthony Shorts when you had all these other receivers available, but you chose Anthony Shorts. Don't do that shit again.
Right. All right. So here's Peter Mack. His alligator arm grab sealed why we shouldn't take him, or why they shouldn't take him at 6.
I'm tired of this alligator arm
receiver. The expectations is for 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. There's no wide receivers in this draft that's getting those numbers. With this, hold on, it's more. With this offense.
Well, first off, Peter Mack, you haven't even seen the offense. This is a different offense from that was ran under Stefanski. Secondly,
very true.
You tell me what receiver ain't never got alligator arm a day in their life before coming over the middle. I've seen a lot of them, even some of them that are down in Canton. They got alligator arms. Go ahead, Coach.
I'm saying I always stretched out. I used to get killed, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, you got, but see, the thing is, I've seen the greats. I've seen some of the ones that's in the Hall of Fame that got alligator arms once or twice in their career. I ain't talking about all the NFL, but it happens. Did I know the alligator arm? People was going to talk about that. Yes, because it was a big game. It was against Indiana.
That was Miami, right?
No, he did it. It was Miami. It was Miami.
I thought it was against Miami because my son. That was one of the reasons why he said he didn't want Tate either, was because of
But
that situation.
So we gonna forget about all the contested catches that he done had, all the radiuses. We gonna forget all about that. We're just gonna point out that one alligator arm situation.
That's basically what it seemed like, Coach.
Man, come on, man. People gotta listen. If you want to focus on one bad thing versus the hundreds of good things that he done did, catches, blocking for other receivers, blocking for running backs on long runs. If you want to go ahead and point that out, well, go ahead. You get a cookie for the day. I don't give a damn. Cardinal Tate is still my dude at the end of the day, Coach.
I feel it. You
know what I'm saying? I'm a Buckeye, goddammit.
I feel it, man. I feel it. I like Carnell Tate, and I like the body of work he put together, and I think he's going to be a dog for us also. I just think that, I think people giving him a raw deal because of one situation. But like you said, y'all just going to automatically forget everything else he put out there. So,
That's crazy. And I'm going to touch on this with Carnell because I followed him from when he was at IMG and he's out of Chicago. I believe, what was it? His sophomore year in college, his mom got killed.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's been raising his siblings. He has a white friend that grew up with him that became a part of the team and followed him to Ohio State and everything. Like, you got to understand that kid's been through a lot, man. And for y'all to just sit up here and point out one thing, I hope he comes out and I hope he dogs everybody on the field because y'all not understanding that he's a good kid, man, and a good-ass player. And I think –
And he got a different motive of why he's playing.
Yeah, different motive. And that's all that's – to me, he's going to be a star. Whether it's for the Browns, I hope it is, but he's going to be a good star in the league. You're going to hear about him just like how every other Ohio State receiver you're going to continue to hear about.
Yeah. So Peter Mack says Tate was always a number 2, but I want you to understand so was Ibuka for a long time.
Exactly.
And look what Ibuka is doing in the NFL. And
look at JSN was the third option.
Yeah,
the third option.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
So that really doesn't mean anything. Truth be told,
it don't. You know what it means, Coach? Ohio State's had some studs in that receiver room. That's all it means.
Yeah, hands down. The best receivers come out of Ohio State.
You got to think about it. Olave at one point in time was the third option.
Exactly.
Marvin Harrison at one point in time was the second or the third option. Like, come on, man. It don't mean nothing.
He openly said, I'll admit I'm a Tate hater. He said, okay. I'd take him at 24-2, too rich for my blood at the 6.
So you wanna so who you gonna take? I gotta ask who what receiver
who you want, P Mac? Who you want at 6? That's what coach is asking.
Because you seem like you don't like no receiver at 6. Because if he go Tyson, I'm like the man that was been injured 3 years of college football.
Yeah.
Like who else you talking about after them two? Because those are the main two that I'm hearing.
I don't know.
You talking about the receivers out of Indiana, Cooper, and what's his name? The other dude name with an S.
Oh, he said take Caleb Downs. He said don't mess around and take Caleb Downs, Ed Reed 2.0. So I'm assuming he would take Caleb Downs.
I ain't gonna lie. I would have to flip a coin on that one because that boy Caleb is nice. Yeah. But then the thing is, like, we already got Grant Delpit. You know what I'm saying? Grant Delpit played better in the box than free, and so does Caleb.
Yeah.
So it's a toss up, but at the end of the day, I don't know if the writing's on the wall for Grant Delpit because this is last year's contract, and they ain't talking no money to him last year.
He said take Caleb Downs and wait till next year to get Jeremiah Smith. Listen,
that means we're going to have to
Smith thing is not guaranteed because if the Browns ball out this year and we're down, like we don't have no guaranteed first round picks for 2027. So we can't guarantee that. That's not guaranteed.
Right now we got a first round pick in 2027. It's not guaranteed it's going to be a top 5 pick, and he's going top 5.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, come on now. My thing is this. Talking about next year's draft to me is a loser's mentality. Y'all just automatically, in my mind, is like, you know what, we just chalk this season up. So if we do chalk this season, I don't want to hear nobody complaining because that's what y'all want.
Right. Hey, I'm going to tell you, this is just me. I think that person is watching the live.
I know he is.
I think that person is watching the live. We're not going to say his name, but I'm pretty sure this is him right here.
He is.
I'm pretty sure this is him. Anyways, man, there's a topic I really want to talk about, Coach, with you. Something took place this week in women's basketball. Did you hear about the Dawn and Geno situation?
Yeah, real quick, Coach. I'm sorry. I'm reading the chat on YouTube. Somebody gonna say sign Josh Gordon, he'll light it up. Yeah, he will really light it up.
Light it up.
But let's get back to the topic because I've seen it, Coach, and that's why I put on.
What did you think of this? Because I look, it irritated me, and I'll explain to you why. But what did you think when you saw this?
Dawn Staley's my hero.
Okay, okay,
because you got mad. Supposedly, you got mad at her for not shaking your hands in pregame. Dawn was like, "I don't remember. I shook everybody's hand. Yada yada yada." But the way you handle yourself, Geno. That wasn't cool, my brother. You could have, you had beef with Dawn. You didn't even stay. Supposedly you got mad at her for not shaking hands at the very beginning.
Right.
But then you turned around and did the exact same thing that you got mad at her for. You ain't shake the player's hand. You just walked off the court.
Walked off the court.
And I might add, I got $50 on Dawn because she said she'll whoop Geno's ass.
Yeah, she did. All right. So when I saw this honestly, it set me off. It was like first thing in the morning. And it's like my cousin said, and his period point blank. What Geno Auriemma, whatever his name is, displayed was nothing but classless, unsportsmanship, or unsportsmanlike, bad sportsmanship and racism. And that's what it all came down to. And the way I described it was the fact that he exemplified what literally is going on in this country right now. That Trump is pushing that the white man is the greatest thing at everything. And the fact that he lost to a black woman in a blowout fashion set him off. Now, the problem that I have with this whole thing is one, ESPN reporters, white male reporters, glanced over this whole interaction. They didn't acknowledge it. Now, the black women commentators of the game, they addressed it, but they didn't address it the way they should have addressed it. And I had a problem with that because the truth of it is this. You lost to a black woman. Now, if Dawn Staley would have showed an ounce of what you showed during this game, they would be calling for her resignation.
Listen,
this man sat back. Not only did you lied and said it was about shaking the hand. There's video that shows she shook your hand. You sat up there. There's video. You were mad at the refs. You said that she was talking crazy to the referees. You got 6 penalties. This is at halftime you're saying this. And you said that they ripped your player's jersey, where the video shows that your player ripped her
own jersey.
Then on top of it, at the end of the game, you refused to shake her hand. You walked off the court without your team. So you showed classless, unsportsmanlike behavior also. Had Dawn did one of these things, everybody, including Donald Trump, would be on television calling for her job.
Listen, Dawn went out and lost to UCLA, got her butt kicked. Two years in a row, she went to the national championship and lost. She ain't do none of that shit. She didn't act like you acted. She didn't do none of that. She lost gracefully. She shook everybody's hand and went to the locker room. Yeah. You, on the other hand, you had a Mitch fit. You turned into a Mitch. Yeah. You turned into a real live Mitch, and you had a Mitch fit. Yeah. That to me, I know you brought the racist part into it. I was trying to stay away from it, but Coach,
but the facts are the facts, man.
Yeah, the facts are the facts. This is spade. You showed that white patriarchy shit that we live in every day. It don't work like that.
Nope.
It don't. That gotta stop. You didn't give that lady no respect. You lied on her. Like you act like cameras ain't all around that joint. You in the game before the game, the big game.
Yeah.
You don't think everybody watching?
Exactly.
Like, come on, Geno. Like, I'm a fan of UConn basketball. I like you, Geno, but not as much as I like Dawn. Listen, I had a crush on Dawn Staley since she was hooping in the Olympics, bro. I don't give a who nobody. I love me some Dawn Staley. I love her when she was hooping the Olympics. So when it comes between Geno and Dawn, I'm sorry, I'm rolling with Dawn.
Peter Mack says any black women's player should boycott UConn and hit the portal to play somewhere else. And that's another thing that I thought about too. Another thing that he had an issue with is that his white/biracial basketball team got beat by them dark-skinned country girls. He had a major problem with that also.
Well, he gonna keep having problems with it because just go back. I would suggest that for any parent of any player that's going into college sports, because you got a whole bunch of these coaches that's out here that go and spend their little money with Trump and go do all this other stuff. So at the end of the day, y'all need to go do y'all research before y'all send y'all kids to any of these schools. Yeah. Just don't do it because they pay you the amount of money. All money ain't good money. And some of them don't care about you. Bruce Pearl showed y'all. A lot of these, like, what's dude name that's in Congress not right now? Tommy Tuberville showed y'all. He was just building his legacy off the backs of your kids. So why you keep doing it? They don't care nothing about your kids. You got to listen, I put it this way. My daughter, she grows up and loves sports or whatever, plays basketball, soccer, whatever, say she get a scholarship. If you not aligned with my beliefs, my kid ain't coming to your school. I don't care.
Come to your school. Exactly.
Ain't coming.
It can't come at all.
No.
So, yeah. I don't know, man. This topic really bothered me. Like I woke up, had to leave the house early in the morning, man, because for whatever reason, this topic got up under my skin. And I think it was the fact when I saw him walk off the court, not acknowledge anybody, and he left his own team because his own teammates, his own players were looking at him like, what the hell is this? You supposed to be preaching to us sportsmanship, and this is what you displayed?
As a player, I can no longer play hard or go hard for you because you gotta, the same way you lead, you gotta follow your own shit. And if you telling me to be a good sportsman and you didn't do it, why am I following you? Why are you my coach? I lost respect for you because if that was me as a player, you would dog walk the shit out of me.
Exactly.
So as a player, can I dog walk the shit out of you now, coach? Because you did some shit that you told us not to do.
I agree 100%. Because I was sitting back, man, and I was just like, that's crazy that like you would turn around and just do that. But it's interesting to me. But when you beat South Carolina last year, Dawn was classy.
Yeah, she
was classy. And you couldn't be classy because you thought you were supposed to win. You thought because you was a number one, you obviously didn't see the number one next to South Carolina's name also. Yeah. So
I mean, I guess he got a little hyped up because early in the game, UConn was giving it to South Carolina, but them dogs came out to fight. The Gamecocks came out and fought. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be mad. It was a good game. It just wasn't wasn't for you to win. Geno, it is what it is.
Most definitely. And I gotta give shout out to UCLA's women's team because let me tell you, man, they got some Amazons on their team, and them girls can ball. I watched a lot of women's basketball right off the bat. I know they're three bigs should be 1, 2, and 3 going in the women's draft.
Hey, it just might be
because they was crazy. All of the women's teams hit the transfer. No, I did not see that. He said that all of the Tennessee women's team has hit the transfer portal. Did they fire the coach or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tennessee ain't been the same since Pat Summit left. Whatever was that lady Lane?
That was did she pass away? Did she?
I don't know if she passed away, but they ain't been the same since she stopped coaching.
Yeah. But I definitely like, you know what I'm saying, what Dawn and them did. But I also like what UCLA did. UCLA was tough. I was really impressed with UCLA. So
I mess with UCLA. I mess with the Gamecocks because of Dawn. That's what she put me onto that team. But growing up, I was a big UConn female fan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As far as girls basketball, so
they were dominant.
Geno, yeah, they were dominant. Geno, you just made me just lose some respect for you because I thought you was a stand-up man, but I see you sitting pissed. So
yep, most definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so one more topic in sports we got to talk about. Did you see all of this stuff that's coming to LeBron James and the Memphis beef? Like, I honestly, I don't even understand why this is even a topic. Like, were they talking about LeBron James playing possibly in Memphis, or
from what I saw, he was golfing, and he was basically like, "What the hell am I doing in Memphis on a Thursday?" Yada yada yada. There's nothing, and basically was like, they need to move the team to Nashville. Now, black people in Memphis got mad because they like, first off, you shouldn't be talking to a white boy about, a historical place like Memphis or something like that and all this other stuff. But the man, you missed the whole part when the man said, shit, I don't like going home. I don't like Cleveland.
He was like, I don't like playing in Milwaukee. I don't like playing here. Like, I don't even like going home. He like, I don't even want my son on the team. And I was sitting there like, but why is this even a thing? Like, they were talking about LeBron James gets his private jet gets shot up every time he goes out there and all kinds.
I ain't never heard of that. Get shot up where? In Milwaukee?
In Memphis.
I've never heard that.
I don't know if somebody was being funny or just trolling or whatever, but that's what they was kind of saying. And I was just like, interesting.
Listen, I ain't never been to Memphis. I know somebody said that they might, I think it was an NBA player that was like they might need to put, some more hotels or whatever. Right. This one white dude did do a walk-in, or I guess it was like the Westin. Okay. That's right across the street from the arena. And I don't know if that's where the basketball players stay. I guess that's the best hotel in Memphis. I'm not 100% sure. Okay. So Memphis, don't get mad at me. I'm just going off of what somebody did.
Right.
He was a dude from Chicago. He went to Memphis to visit to show the hotel. And of course, the hotel people upgraded him. So he didn't show the room that he actually paid for.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the room that he was upgraded to, it might have been a room that you might have saw an NBA player in because it had a whole separate bedroom. It had a whole living room. It had 2 bathrooms. Okay. It had a walk-in. The bathroom that's in the bedroom had a jacuzzi tub, walk-in shower, and a walk-in closet. I get it. You got upgraded. So I can't make any comparisons because I've never seen what the actual room that you paid for. Right. At the end of the day, Memphis, all I gotta say is welcome to the Cleveland train. They hate on us. I don't know what else to say. Like to be from Cleveland, you love Cleveland. Just like how people, Memphis, y'all gonna have y'all people that ride for y'all. I get it. But I don't, for that old black lady who tried to down talk Cleveland, we the same. Stop it. Stop it.
Right. All right. My cousin said it's very bad down there. I haven't been to Memphis either.
Never been there. I drove through it, but I've never been there. Like, don't have no plans. I mean, hey, they shot Martin Luther King there. Why would I go there?
Very true. Very true.
They stole.
So it's time for us to get into our politics because we ain't really got no entertainment news to talk about. But let's talk about this. Okay. It's almost a twofold thing. Mm-hmm. Trump had his Easter crash out, right? His Easter crash out post. And he's talking about how he's going to obliterate Iran and, praise be to Allah and all of this other craziness. And people are now like, okay, the dude is like literally going loony. He's cussing. He's like
on Easter, coach. Don't forget that.
Exactly. On Easter. But he told you he ain't no Christian or no Catholic, so you know what I'm saying. But yeah, on Easter he was having a huge meltdown rant, and it's like, so now people are like, are you gonna hold to it? Because they said Iran is making Lego videos trolling this dude.
Oh, coach, I watch it. Listen, I don't know who they have rapping these songs that they make, Lord Jesus, if it's all AI, great job. Because I'm sitting up there listening to the lyrics like, oh shit, like this is a bop. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that it's about my, my country, but I'm like, I'm over here bobbing my head to this shit. Like, y'all might got a rap career ahead of y'all.
Hey, it's crazy, man. I'm sitting there. So they made a video today about the threat that he supposedly got for tomorrow because he said he's going to basically nuke him. If
Coach, he put it this way, I hope the UN is just sitting up there just taking screenshots of everything that he said because you're talking about committed war crimes, my dude.
Yes,
you already committed a war. You already committed 2 war crimes that we know of. Right. One when you bombed the school. And then 2, when you just blew up that bridge that civilians use.
And now he's talking about more bridges and power plants.
Hey, I said this to my coworker, man. At the end of the day, the biggest failure in the world will come if nobody pays for none of the shit that they done did. If you let all these rich people, these high-class people in politics, y'all just let them go free and they don't pay not a cent, they don't do no time for this. Us regular people should know what it is at that point.
Right. I mean, most definitely.
You can't, they're guilty of so many things. Stock market manipulation, war crimes. You have kidnapping.
About the Epstein files. We don't even need to talk about that. That's in itself. We still waiting for repercussions off of that.
Still waiting. Then you got department people lying for him. That you fire Pete Hession firing generals because they don't want to do what he want to do. Like, and you out here talking about this is a Christian war. This is a religious war.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when he hit him with that praise be to Allah, I said, "Oh, you tripping?
He tripping?
Like you losing your mind to the point where Republicans is talking about enacting the 25th Amendment to basically remove him from power."
This ain't his first time because the other one he did Hamdu Allah on the last one, his other one. So this ain't your first time.
I did not see that one, Coach.
He's been tripping. Yeah. Like, and then the thing is, like, a lot of people ain't talking about. You know what I'm saying? This weekend he did a little trip to Walter Reed, allegedly.
That's what they're trying to deny. They're trying to deny that took place, though.
Man, that man, I saw him in the press conference today, Coach. He ain't looking right, Coach. He ain't looking right. He's not.
Hey.
Look, you got the man talking about you. Okay, you know who Arrogant Tay is?
Who?
Arrogant Tay.
No.
Okay, so Arrogant Tay is I think, hope I ain't wrong, but I think he might be gay. I'm not sure, but he did hair for like Nicki Minaj, Ari, and a couple of people in the industry. He did their hair. This man said, I'm thinking about reaching out to Arrogant Tay to do a toupee for me, because he came recommended by Nicki Minaj.
Huh.
You dude, we already see the bird's nest. Just leave it alone. Like he said he wanted a full set.
Okay. Okay.
Like Trump, bro. Like, just stop, bro. Just something your health ain't right. You keep talking about not being able to go to heaven. Like, something ain't right, bro.
Most definitely. Confident lady said 34 felonies and still able to hold the highest seat in the land. That is the most botched rule possible. I'm surprised they haven't even tried to change that, but I guarantee you after he get out, they won't be able to do that no more.
Because, Coach, it's not a rule. It was just a norm.
Yeah.
It's just a norm. Yeah. Nobody knew that it's never written down as a law, and it should be. Yeah. Because that's how we end up with this. But at the end of the day, I don't blame, I blame the voters, but at the end of the day, I blame majority of the Democratic Party. I blame Neil. Who was the freaking Attorney General? I blame him.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't do nothing. To me, y'all was just a waste of time, like just a waste of space.
My cousin said if the Lord F's with him, and then he needs to do us basically a solid and hook us all up. Oh man, you a fool.
Hey, yeah, that man. Listen, he's crashing out. I don't know
Yeah.
what. Like, Iran. You got Iran talking about they gonna hack all these banks and give people 800 credit scores and all that stuff.
Hey, I'm all for it. They can go ahead and do everything they need to do. I want to know what happens after tomorrow. If he don't do what he say he gonna do, people across the world are going to clown this man.
No, he gonna do it, but coach, he gonna do it, but all it's gonna do is put him in a further situation to be like I said. I hope the UN tries them for war crimes. Like at the end of the day, y'all following what? Let me change. Y'all following them blue country people, the blue flag people, too much. Because that's stuff that they do, and y'all taking y'all lead from them. Like y'all commit war crimes, but it also we put it this way. I don't know how you could call yourself a hero, and then to the people that you invading, you're the terrorist.
Exactly.
So something is wrong there. Like that don't make no sense
at all.
You wanted this regime change, but everybody in Iran mad at you. So and then, Coach, did you hear when the man said, "Yeah, we gave some guns to these people.
Yes,
and they were supposed to use it, but they never."
So then the question is how much money did that cost us? How much money did that cost us? You turned around and gave them guns.
You gave them guns that supposedly jump in the fight and go after Iran, and they're like, "No, we ain't using them guns for that."
No,
what are we
stupid, like flat out. All right. So with this being said, I did a TikTok video about this earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my question. Remember last August, September time, Kamala Harris was running for president.
Mm-hmm.
She was the vice president.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody and their mother at the time was coming at Kamala. Then why haven't you done this? Why haven't you done that? You're the vice president. Why didn't you do this? And why haven't you done that? And I'm like, she's the vice president. Y'all want her to do Joe Biden's job while he's the president? I was like, so y'all don't really make no sense when y'all say dumb stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm like, all right, y'all keep getting on. Y'all were getting on Kamala Harris like crazy. Can anybody tell me where the hell has been? Where's JD Vance been?
On a couch.
JD Vance has not. You ain't seen an interview. You ain't seen a podcast. You ain't even seen a sighting of JD Vance. Where's JD Vance at? And why don't y'all have that same smoke for JD Vance that y'all have for Kamala Harris?
He on the couch, Coach.
Man, he on the couch. He on Erica Kirk. He on his wife because his wife's supposedly pregnant again. So I'm trying to figure out why don't nobody have the same smoke for JD Vance as they have for Kamala Harris. I want to know, why are y'all not questioning? What is he doing? Where's everything that he's supposed to be doing that y'all wanted Kamala to be doing? What is JD Vance doing? I hear Stephen Miller. I hear P. Hegseth. I hear Pam Bondi. I hear everybody else's name but JD Vance, the vice president.
I can tell you, well, he was busy writing his most recent novel that just dropped. It's called Communion, and he's supposed to be a Catholic, but I think he has a Protestant church on the book. So he was busy writing the book, Coach. So he didn't have time to do his boss's job as they wanted Kamala to do her boss's job.
Exactly.
And then you got to also remember, his wife is with child, so he's at home. He's helping her through the struggling pregnancy.
That's weak,
Coach.
That, according to them, that's weak. According to them, a man being home, that's weak on their part.
I know, but it's different when you're a Republican, man. That's strong.
Republican, the rules can change, and so can
it can change.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's a strong man. He's a strong man that runs through Disneyland with his man boobs. He's strong.
Peter Max said they hopefully prepping him to take over for this idiot. He's gonna be a bigger idiot than the other one. So don't get it twisted. He just as worse. If not even worse than the other one.
If something was to happen to Trump, and he's involved. Let's just say this: he ain't gonna. That'll be the worst. No, that'll be the end of the Republican Party. We already seen the end.
Yeah, facts.
But you put him. No, listen. As the two white ladies that I watch on iHip on YouTube, I gotta give them some shout out. I love their show, but they said it. JD Vance has no riz. He has none whatsoever. He's corny. Seen the man go buy some donuts when he was campaigning. He was the worst donut shopper ever. Like,
I remember that,
dude. Listen, you can never trust a man that changed his name multiple times, changed his religion multiple times, and then you sit around and wrote a story about your mama being a crackhead and all this other stuff when she was just addicted to prescription meds.
And the crazy part of it is with JD Vance is a lot of people don't understand. When he was in college, his best friend was a transgender woman.
Yeah.
His best friend was a transgender woman. He was really big with that community and supporting that community.
And just like the dude that put him in the position that he's in now, Peter Thiel, is also a homosexual male.
He's just a billionaire. He's just a billionaire.
He's a billionaire that goes around the world talks about the Antichrist.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's it.
So like y'all not. To me, like even the stuff that happened with, I know you probably heard about Christy Noem's husband and everything.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
To me, the things that they hate on the most is the things that they are. They don't know how to. They don't know how to come out and deal with it.
It's projection. That's the thing.
That's all it is.
It's all it is projection. Everything they tell you they hate, they're secretly in that whole group. You're gonna find one of everything, if not multiple.
They keep saying every time the Republicans get together, Grindr goes off the thing. It goes offline because so many of them are on there. What are we talking about?
I believe it.
You have sex workers in DC allegedly talk about Lindsey Graham's little moles around his talking about his ladybugs. Like, Lindsey, you're freaking older than me. We ain't never seen you with a woman. Just come out, bro. Like they
got people who actually went out on the limb and posted Johnson. They said they got proof, but he was sending secret services to people's cribs, scaring them and stuff.
Listen, Johnson, my red flag went up when y'all adopted that black boy. that didn't. When you go read that didn't add up to me. The math wasn't mathing. So
right. And
then you talk about you and your son monitor y'all porn intake. Something ain't right with that.
Yeah, that's weird.
Something ain't right with that. Like my son ain't. I don't even want to know if my son is watching porn. That's none of my business. Exactly. I know what he want to know.
No, I agree completely.
It's just like how you said, Coach, just projecting, man. And they doing a horrible job. And I look at it this way, Coach, and this is how I go through life, man. My thing is this: do whatever you want to do as long as you're not killing, harming, or hurting anybody, or you're taking away from anybody's life. Right. Because if you're supposed to believe in the Bible and all the stuff that it says in the Bible, is you said when you go to the gates, your life is St. Peter's Gate, your life is replayed for you. And you got to answer to all the things that happen while your life is being replayed on the screen.
Right.
I'm not going to be there to defend your decision. That's between you and God. Y'all got to talk it out. Just like I got to talk whatever bad things that I've ever done, I got to talk it out with God. I can't say, hey, let me call Dawson. He's my defense witness. I can't do that.
Right. No, I get it. I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like I said, as long as you ain't killing, harming, or hurting nobody, do you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got one life to live. If you want to live a gay, joyful life, do you. Just don't kill or hurt nobody. I could care less.
All right. All right, Coach. So that brings us to get it off your chest. Was that you getting it off your chest?
Yeah, that was it, Coach.
Okay.
Nothing else.
All right. So look, here's my thing for getting it off your chest. This is just, I need people to be smart when I tell you this. Donald Trump and his administration are literally on social media brainwashing you, gaslighting you by telling you that we gotta win the midterms because if we lose the midterms, they're gonna impeach us and they're gonna try to lock us up. So here's where y'all gotta put y'all thinking caps on. Thinking cap is this: if you did nothing wrong, they're not going to impeach you. If you did nothing wrong, they're not gonna look to lock you up. It's common fucking sense. If for whatever reason y'all are choosing not to listen to facts, y'all are not choosing to look at the facts that's right in your face, that just tells us you want to be complicit with them. Because nobody's going to lock you up for no reason. They're not going to just be like, oh, we want to get him because he's the most innocent man in this country. I want y'all to look at it like this. How many times have y'all heard Barack Obama say, if y'all don't vote for the midterms, they're going to lock me up and impeach me? You never heard Barack Obama say that. You never heard Bill Clinton say that. I've never heard the Bushes say that. I've never heard Reagan say that. So that lets you know they're running game on you. Now, mind you, the presidents I just gave you are Republicans and Democrats. And none of them have had to utter any phrase that if we don't win the midterms, they're going to impeach us and they're going to try to lock us up. The only reason why somebody's going to lock you up is because they have proof you committed a crime. That is also you admitting guilt to a crime. You just ain't telling us what crime it is, but you know they know. We know they know. So the thing of it is, use y'all thinking caps, man. Stop being brain dead. Stop being brainwashed. And stop letting people play in your face. It's common sense. People don't get locked up for no reason. People get locked up because they've done stuff. And there's proof to back it. Somebody asked us a question on the way out, Coach, before we get out of here. Revis or Patrick Surtain Jr.?
You said, repeat that.
Revis or Patrick Surtain Jr., not senior, junior.
I don't know if Patrick Surtain got that many years. Junior has that many years up on his belt to be in that same category as Revis Island. So I'm gonna go with Revis because I actually lived through them and seen him.
Right.
Patrick Surtain, granted, Junior, you were one hell of a good player.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you got them years to be in that category yet. I'm just sorry. That's my opinion.
Okay. So you heard Coach. He going with Revis Island. I'm going with Revis Island also. I like Junior. Don't get it twisted. I like Senior too. They both dogs. But Revis was called Revis Island for a reason.
One of the first corners I ever heard being called an island.
Exactly. So that just lets you know. All right, y'all. This brings us to the end of our podcast. Like I said, we do this every Monday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all can even go back on the YouTube, check out Let's Get to the Facts podcast. You can watch older shows. We do this every week. Well, almost every week, unless we got something really going on important. But for the most part, we're going to be here for y'all, giving y'all the news and stuff. And I see our girl, Psych Nurse Diva, tapped in also. She's in here. So, we always got to show her love. She's the one that's plugging us in with the Sanders and stuff so we can do
appreciate it.
Interview with, with our podcast with the event that they're planning and stuff. So we always got to show her love, for looking out for us and sticking with us and stuff. But with that being said, y'all, this brings us to the end of the podcast. It was fun, besides the fact that we got restricted because that one specific person is watching us. That's how we know we on your ass. We know we on your ass because you watching us. So
and you snitching.
Exactly. Trying to get us blocked and shit because you worried. You better be worried.
Yeah, be worried. We on your ass.
Brown Stadium to do this shit live. You really gonna be in for some shit. So we know you watching us. But like I said, man, this brings us to the end of our show. Coach, it's always a pleasure to do this with you.
Yes, sir. Always.
And we thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next Monday. All right, y'all.
Peace, y'all.